fusion of stories and more.
So for me, I was shoved in the deep end a bit.
It's life because we are, in a way, artists. You can't remove yourself from life.
That separation of responsibilities is, we try to keep it as much as possible.
How to do it and what's the best way to put it.
And look at it and think, okay, that makes sense. It has a linear narrative. It doesn't.
If you want to be a performing artist, we want to create this hope in this country.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to tonight's performance of Paint Me Perfect. What? Oh, Anna. Ara Nadun Usida direct කරන එක තමයි අන්න හරි ඒක. අර ලිත්මාල්ලුයි pun intended අන්න ඒක produce කරන අන්න ඒ කට්ටිය. හරි ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ play එක තමයි. Right.
My name is Lithmal Jayawardena and this is Madhur Wijeratna.
My name is Nadun.
And I'm Usita.
Phones back. දාගන්න ඇතුළට ඔක්කොම. මෙහෙමයි ඉතින් කෙල්ලයි කොල්ලයි message කරනවා නම් විතරක් silent දැම්මම කමන්නේ. No flash photography, no flash videography, no food or beverages allowed inside the auditorium. Hari, බොහොම පැහැදිලිව කියන්න.
4 months ago, the two of us came together to do this play. It's called Paint Me Perfect.
So this play is about a lot of things, but mainly about how imperfect we can be, and although we are imperfect, how people themselves consider themselves to be perfect.
Now this play is a bit different. Hari, දැන් මේ scene අතර තියෙන සම්බන්ධතාවය හොයන්න යන්න එපා. Don't try to connect it. Okay? So just enjoy. We want you to really sit back and enjoy, okay? It's going to be a fun play.
Well, I think I'm pretty new to the whole acting industry. I recently actually acted with one of the directors in something, a forum theatre piece. But this particular production is very, very different to anything I have done.
Wait, let me do this right.
Everything went smoothly, yeah? I'm so happy right now, I could die! What?
Nothing.
I know what you're thinking.
Yeah? And what is that?
Tonight's the night?
You want to talk first and start later, or?
No. I'm excited to do it, it's just... I keep thinking about...
Sharuni.
Most of the performing arts in Sri Lanka, what I understood as a performing artist myself, Madhura being a performing artist, everyone who's involved in this particular production being a performing artist themselves, is that it's very hard to put a commercial value on performing arts in Sri Lanka. So, because number one, most people have created this culture of volunteerism where people don't get paid for their art and people are not willing to pay for art.
It's a series of stories, and we've tried to show you of those drawbacks and flaws.
දවස් 3කින් කක්ක දාලා නැහැ. ස්ට්‍රෙස් දන්නේ නැහැ.
I've been acting for some time. Where I began acting like properly was at school with a bunch of friends who are also here, who are also part of the cast and part of the production team, and who is one of the directors also.
චන්දන මාත්‍යෝ එන්නේ වාඩින්. දොස්තර මහත්තයා අපිව බලන්නේ නැති එකේ අපි ආව දොස්තර මහත්තයාව බලලා යන්න කියලා. අනේ කොහොමද දොස්තර මහත්තයෝ වරදක් එහෙම නෑ නේද? අනේ නෑ චන්දන මාත්‍යෝ ඔහෙ ඉන්නවා ඉතින් දන්නේ නැද්ද?
We want to create like a career for anyone who wants to pursue performing arts as a profession. So because just like you want to be a doctor or a lawyer or an engineer or a businessman, if you want to be a performing artist, we want to create this hope in this country that, you know, you can do it, you can thrive as a performing artist, not necessarily survive in this country, but thrive, because the whole point, like, some people can survive through performing arts. Some people are doing very well, but those are only the lucky few, and the people who get to like thrive very well in this country as a performing artist is very rare.
So essentially, it's about 1 hour and 50 minutes long. We have about 9 skits. We encourage you to not make any connections between each and every one of these kids,
Yeah,
because you
don't
can't make it,
connect the
unlike life, just like life, you can't make any connections because things can go wrong, things can fall apart, and there's no sequence to it.
I know, but it's just that I. You beast, you filthy man, you.
So we were having this idea for quite some time, and we were thinking as to how to do it and what's the best way to put it. And since just the four of us was not enough, we thought of asking for the help from Nadunaya, and then he brought along Usita, and then we all got the pun team down, and then it became a huge production, became bigger than ourselves, it became bigger than the initial thought we had. So it has been a fantastic journey so far.
බඩගිනි උදේට නොකාමි මාළුපාන් එකක් පමණක් කෑවෙමි මාළුපාන් එකක් කීවට උදේකෙහි ලීක්ස් කෑල්ලක් පමණක් තිබුණි.
Usita and I have been wanting to do a play for quite a long time. So 4 months ago, actually this was not initiated by me. It was initiated by the actors first of all. And I said, okay, let's go with it. And I thought I should have some really supportive and inspiring guy to help me out, and which is this guy, Usita. So 4 months ago, we embarked on this journey.
After long conversations.
Long conversations and coffee nights and...
සරත් බඩක්ද
නෑ කියපන්
මේ කකුලේ ක්‍රෑම්ප් එක වගේ බං ආයි පොඩි මසාජ් එකක් දාමු උඹට දන්නේ ඉතින් ඔය හරියට Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Senat. Maru. Oma boda shoulder massage එකක් දාමු.
කකුල හරි
අවුලක් නෑ ඒක. අම්මා. ඒ දෙපැත්තම කරපන්කෝ බා.
And it was a very smooth journey. There were no problems at all. We encountered no problems.
Never raised a voice.
We never changed the play like the last minute or anything. None of that.
Yeah, we didn't really.
It's a collection of stories and moments.
Yes.
Which highlights the imperfection of people, of everyday people.
Things might become an utter flop, things might become a success. We never know what the future holds for us. But we told ourselves, the four of us, like we wouldn't forgive ourselves if we don't give it a shot and see what like the future has in store for us. So we are hopeful, but at the same time we are not cocky, or we are not like too ambitious about where we will go, but we will keep trying. That's the idea.
Careful! You know how expensive it was?
Yeah. Your dad kept telling me that throughout the night. The way he kept squeezing my shoulder, I thought he'd take my arm off.
Don't be insane, he's just warming up to you.
I'm just happy that he didn't take a room next to us just to torture me.
That would be creepy.
Wouldn't be above him.
Hey! You know what?
There's a lot of words being thrown around. There's a lot of
Adult content.
adult content,
Thematically, it's very adult.
which would be damaging for a child to watch.
Very damaging.
That's definitely flirting. Who the hell does he think he is? Way out of his league also.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What the hell? Who the hell does it?
Primarily because all of these people are like our lifelong friends, that these are the people whom we have known for over decades. So they came to us, especially Lakshita. Lakshita and Tilina were the first two people who spoke to me about Paint Me Perfect. They said, Litmalaya, we want a production team to get involved with the production so that there's a separation of responsibilities. Like most of the time, most of the productions that we are involved in, the director is doing the producing, the actors are doing the producing, the actors are doing the directing, and like there's a huge mess, so to speak, because there's so many responsibilities on one person or one team. So now here, Nadunnaya and Nusita, they're directing, we are producing, we don't get involved with their directorial side, they don't get involved with our production side, and the actors are acting. So that separation of responsibilities is, we try to keep it as much as possible.
Mage bada, mage, mata hari agane. Dina dina wedi wada.
Well, it has been having its ups and downs, as any production does. But for this specifically, I'd say it was a tough challenge, because this isn't something that I don't think any of us have done it before.
There are scenarios where, Nadunnaya comes and says, look, this particular side of production can be done better, and where I also get involved and advise Nadunnaya, like if you direct this in a particular way, it might be more approachable to the audience and more appealing to the audience. But apart from that, there's a complete separation of who does what.
Yeah, bang, that's not the point, you bugger. I'm telling this for your own good. No point, bang.
Nah, bang. You're not her type anyway.
Experience like getting in this production?
Well, this is our first time. It's our
debut public show as directors and writers.
Yeah, I think with my theatre experience, these guys are pretty experienced. So for me, I was shoved in the deep end a bit. But yeah, like you said, it was interesting. It was mad. There were definitely ups and downs, but it's been good.
I thought we had this conversation.
What?
I thought we agreed that it's not going to bother you.
Prasanna, what are you talking about?
My...
Mama, I didn't say anything.
You called me small.
I did?
That's not funny, okay?
Crazy day, man. I'm gonna dig myself up inside.
No, you're not. Come here.
Conversation first.
At the end of the day, it's like all of us are working towards one particular goal. And but I really like the fact that there's a separation between responsibilities. It makes the process much more streamlined. So we could concentrate on finding money and funds for this production and selling tickets, marketing this, whereas they were worried about writing, directing, and the acting aspects of it.
Lord of the Rings balla tirane. Are yaar badaka gine na satai na mudda daga ta matu dang menne. Precious ki.
So when it comes to that, I think it's a whole different and a fresh challenge altogether. It was a tough journey, but an interesting journey with its ups and downs. I'd phrase it that way.
We were blessed enough to, get our funds in order, get our venue in order. Like Russian Center has been very helpful in accommodating us, and my production team and the acting team. Everyone is very supportive, and like they do their part properly, and they carry their own weight.
I guess it's not necessarily just about the specific person or individual that we're talking about, but it's also the people in their lives who also have to deal with these imperfections that each of us have.
It's more or less a depiction of life, in the sense none of us are perfect at the end of the day, and we all have our flaws. It's a matter of devising that, it's a matter of crafting it and putting everything together and making a play that the audience will watch, enjoy. Not just that, but also hopefully take something home to think about also.
Feeling like nothing. If you hate me, then just leave. If that's what you want, go.
How dare you? Unlike you, Kevin, I care about the importance of this manager. I push you. I stay up all night telling myself because this means something to me. I don't play these games like you do, so don't cocky with me. If you have something to say, grab your puny balls and just say it.
It's life, because we are, in a way, artists. And we have been doing plays, we've been experiencing life, we've been doing original content for some time. So, because I am myself a part of a group called Anandaram, which has been doing a lot of original content. So I think it personally inspired me to tell my own stories, and
And we wanted to try something different. We wanted to try something which you don't usually see in a theatre setup.
Time to play along. Well, what am I supposed to do? What can I do?
But sweetheart, you said you wanted to wait until we got married. And that's why I didn't pressure you, babe. Let's just go back to bed. Let's lay down a bit.
In conclusion, we would like to thank everyone who supported us in this endeavor, like the audience members, the people who bought tickets and made this show a sellout show. Without our audience members, we are nothing. We are absolutely nothing without our audience members, the people who come to watch our shows. And our parents, our family, our friends, all our sponsors, people who put faith in our company when our company is not even a year old. We started the company last year, 7th of July. And there are so many people who had faith in us despite us not being a very established country by this time. And they supported us. There's so many people to thank, because without all of these hundreds and thousands of people, we would be nothing.